Did you know that according to Fodder Traveling News that there are over 700 lighthouses in the United States? And yet we have 9 very significant historical ones on the coast of North Carolina. But to fully enjoy and appreciate these natural beauties, you might need to be aware of several things concerning them before you begin your trip. By personally seeing 5 of the 9 lighthouses in North Carolina, I can tell you that each one is exciting, different, and unique. Visiting lighthouses of North Carolina can be a memorable experience if you plan wisely, prepare fully, and properly capture your trip. I want to give a few suggestions that will help you to plan wisely for your trip, prepare for the different situations in which you may encounter, and also properly capture the memories of each lighthouse so that they will bring cherished reminders of your visit. To have a memorable experience of each lighthouse, you will need to plan wisely to avoid frustration. Planning wisely means that you will need to pack comfortable clothes. Because of the different seasons of North Carolina, you may need to pack different clothes depending on the environment. You must remember that the summers are very hot and humid and the winters are very cold and windy. So lack of preparation in this area will lead to frustration, to be assured. You must also take into account the routes that you will take. Depending on your starting point, you may want to organize a trip so that you will minimize unnecessary travel. This is because due to the proximity of lighthouses to each other, it's easy to misjudge the distances without careful planning. Also, because lighthouses are scattered along the coast, you may need to or wish to take alternate routes. For instance, you may need or wish to take the ferry. Because some of the lighthouses are easier to get to by ferry, you may wish to take that instead of roads. You may also wish to take secondary travel routes as well. Depending on the time of the year, secondary roads will be your only option to get to view the lighthouses. Also, in your planning, you must decide on how much time you will spend at each lighthouse. This is because there will be various amenities that you'll find at each lighthouse. For instance, at the lighthouse at Cape Lookout, you will have the museum there by the lighthouse. Others will have bed and breakfasts in the event that you wish to stay another day. To find out these and more amenities, you can do a web search to the following websites: www.outerbanks.com or www.coastallights.com. So in order to enjoy each lighthouse, you will also need to prepare for the different situations that you will encounter. Due to the terrain of each lighthouse, you need to wear proper shoes. Due to the age and the placement of these structures, because they have settled and are uneven, you will want to wear rugged shoes. For instance, the lighthouse at Cape Hatteras was moved inland about a mile and sits now in a sea of sand, which is very uneven. It also has 257 steps, which do not sound like much, but are very challenging without the proper shoes. Also understand that some will not have services. You will need to bring supplies. What I mean by that is because you will be traveling, you will need to bring things such as water, snacks, sunscreen, or even aspirin. Once you are at some lighthouses, these will not be available to you, or you will not be able to purchase these items. Understand also that access may be limited. Although all of North Carolina's lighthouses have historic value and are richly beautiful, not all can be visited. For instance, if you wish to view Price's Creek Lighthouse, you will have to do so from a boat or with binoculars. This is because the Price's Creek Lighthouse was partially destroyed by the Confederate forces as they were retreating from the Cape Fear River Basin. So due to its location and condition, you can only visit this lighthouse from afar. Lastly, in order to enjoy each lighthouse, you must properly capture each lighthouse experience. There are 3 ways that you can do this. The first is by taking plenty of pictures. You can never take too many pictures in this day of the digital camera. So snap away as you capture many of the sights that you will encounter at each lighthouse. Also, you can record video of each lighthouse. Use that same camera or your cell phone to prove that you were there. One of the most joyful experiences that we've had as our family is to capture video of ourselves at different places. Lastly, you can save tickets or your maps, tour books, or miscellaneous items for your scrapbook. With pictures and video along with your tour books and ticket stubs and maps, you can create a scrapbook that will be a reminder of the wonderful time that you've had at East Lighthouse. It can also make a wonderful conversational piece that will lighten your coffee table, and it's a way to relive the experience that you've had of the wonderful North Carolina lighthouses. Let me just remind you in closing that to experience the fullness of East Lighthouse, you will need to pack, plan, and decide very wisely. You will also need to be aware of the different situations that you will encounter as you experience East Lighthouse. And also, you need to be mindful of the way that you will capture the significance of your trip through camera, video, or scrapbooking. So there you are, you have it, and I wish you to have a very good trip as you view the coastal lighthouses of North Carolina.
Don't need to pan around.